And a warm welcome to one and all. So, following on from one of my update videos, I got a brilliant comment, and it was a question that I want to address. And it happens to coincide with an event the fivers are going to take, which essentially answers the same question what's being put forward to me. So, let me show you the question, and then I'll run you through the event, and then I'll put my 2 penneth on the little sections that's in it. So first of all, it's a little salute to More 7. Wanted to ask your advice. Recently was able to achieve 100% return on a small live account. Well done. Excellent. What I'd like to know is how I should plan on full-time trading. And while I do feel confident in the skills, I realize uncertainties. Well, we all have these little moments, and the uncertainty of trading is not to rush into it. Correct. But there is a part of this that I'm worried about, and I'm going to touch on it, which is, but I need to plan for bigger than 100%. All right. Now, in trading, when you're trading with small accounts, doing 100% is relatively easy. When you get bigger, it gets harder. Now, I'm going to show you my slush fund. Now, this is where my trading profits go. I'm doing quite well, and it's lovely to see a 6-figure account that is real money. And look at the percentage. My percentage is about 20%. Okay. Now, for me to start doubling and quadrupling that is going to be difficult. I'm happy with a few grand a month. And it's slow, steady steps. Now, when you've got a small account and you see some of the updates I do, the numbers look brilliant, but that's because they're really over leveraged to the size of the account. But I'm going to touch on that as well. So let me look at this agenda that's going to happen. So on the 11th of March this month, 9 o'clock UK time, there's going to be a live event with the fivers. Now, for those of you who don't know the fivers, it's a prop company, and it's the only prop company that I will consider. And I've been in this industry now 20 years this year. And of all the different companies, these are the only prop fund that I would seriously consider. And the reason being is I've met the guys who own it and operate inside it. They've got a moral compass, and they genuinely want to see growth. And it's done in such a way, it's a partnership where you work together for a mutual gain. And I think that is the way it should be. Now, the trade management from all angles sort of marathon that they're doing is broken up into this. So 9 o'clock, money management, sizing the right way. Okay, we'll touch on that bit. Then you're going into risk management at 10 o'clock, trade management at 11. At noon, it's portfolio management. Then it's down into self-management, and then a Q&A session at the end. Now, when it comes to the speakers, when it comes round from sort of Saul around to Jonathan, I know these people personally, and they are top of their game. They genuinely are top of their game. So what I would do is I would definitely register at this kid and listen to what they have to say, because they're genuinely going to help you with your journey. Now, in this event, as it moves down further forward, they are going to put a few offers on for anybody that registers, and it's free to register. So there it is there. There's a new account going to be put forward to you. It's a 1-stage account, very similar to the high stakes, where 3 profitable days, 5K account, but it's only $50 for those that register for this. So that is something I'm going to touch on as well. You've got the giveaway, and then you've got a little trading contest for 5,000 that jump into it. And then if you drop down there, it's dead easy. Name and email, register, that's it. And if you want to know about what everything is, it's all down there in the FAQs, and it tells you about what the account is. There it is there. Okay, so you get a 5K account for $50, 10% target. It's not undoable. 6% loss, 3% daily loss, and then 3 profitable days. So it's very similar to the high stakes. Okay, so let me put my 2 penneth into what they are going to be talking about and try and see if I can help more with these questions. So the first part of this seminar is money management, sizing the right way. Now, a lot of people, when they come into this industry, they think they can use little money to get big money. Well, when I started, you couldn't. You had to compound it. And this is kind of where the prop industry starts to win. Because you can put £50 or $50. I'll talk in pounds because I live in the UK. £50 into this prop account. You could trade that up, get funded, get a payout the first time, and take that money and put it in your own account. So you're actually using prop to fund live, and then build it up, get paid out again, and keep feeding it across. And then eventually, if you pop the prop fund, it doesn't matter as long as you got your initial investment back and you used excess profits to fund a live account. So that's a good way of money management. But sizing is important. Now, I work to a mantra of £1 1,000 or 10p 100. Why? Because it means it slows me down. And if it slows me down, it means I'm in the game for a long time, and it's slow, steady steps. And that's what you need. If you're looking for fast money, trading is not for you. Then it moves over into risk management. Now, risk management, again, it's one of those areas that is kind of grey. I don't like the term risk. Personally, I think you should invest into the market, and it changes your mindset. And this is something they're going to talk about as well. So you need little hacks like that. Now, again, you've got to ask various questions. Now, I don't deal in percentages. I find percentage trading quite difficult. So because I come from a business background, I deal in money. So if I've got £1,000, and just for argument's sake, my stop after I've done my analysis has to be 100 pips away. Well, if I'm on £1 a point, which is my maximum I can take on 1,000, I'm putting £100 against it. So I have to ask two questions. Is it worth it? And can I afford it? Well, yes, I can afford it because I can take £100 on the 1,000, but is it worth it? No. So therefore, I've got to make some adjustments. I either don't take the trade or I reduce the position size. The one thing I don't do is move the stop further in, because now what I'm doing is I'm putting the stop in front of the freight train, and then you get death by 1,000 cuts. So your risk management and how you manage what you're doing is incredibly important. Now, then that rolls over into trade management. Well, trade management is exactly the same, but you're committed to the trade. So now you need to know where your exit is, and that exit is either to a negative or a positive. So once you've got those parameters in play, you can then break up your pound. So say you do have £1 into the market. Instead of going in at 100%, just go in small and build the position up. And that way you can switch the trades on and off. So that's a good subject to discuss. And you'll see a lot of good traders that make a lot of money break their positions up and stage into the trade. Now, they'll either pyramid forwards or they'll pyramid backwards. Depends on which way they want to do it. I personally, if I'm day trading, I pyramid backwards. I find that it reduces exposure and increases the upside. Then you're coming into portfolio management. Again, this is looking at prop and using it effectively, because you can take your funds and then use the funds from the prop to sort of fund something else, a live account, if you like, and then only look at a few products, because there's nothing worse than market chasing. Oh, this looks great today. Oh, that one looks great today. But you don't know what the ATRs are. You don't know the speed of movement. You're not used to them all the time. But if you look at 3 or 4 products over and over and over, you'll get to understand them. You'll get the good feeling for them. And if they're loosely correlated, you'll be able to see early warnings. And what I mean by that, if you trade gold, pound USD, USD JPY, and say FTSE, they're loosely correlated, because gold will affect the USD JPY. So if you see 2 spikes on them, I'll guarantee there's one coming into cable if it hasn't happened already. And if you see a spike in cable, that's going to affect the FTSE and vice versa. And you can see it because they're all loosely connected. Okay. And then the big one, and this is something that I would recommend that you definitely take a look at, is self-management. Now that's at 1 o'clock. Now the reason why I'm pulling that up is full circle is to using prop to build up funds, but also what happens when funds get big. Now, as a trader, trading small accounts and building them up into something meaningful is one thing. But as those meaningful accounts get bigger and bigger, your mindset definitely changes, and you need to be able to control that, because the best teacher, believe it or not, is you. The person who looks at you in the mirror is who can answer these questions. Am I a nervous Nelly? Have I got a good pain point? Am I gambling? Can I stay calm when I'm under pressure? All these different things. Only you can answer this. There's only you knows how much you want out of the market. It's all well and good saying, I want to be rich. But rich to one person is not rich to somebody else. So you might be happy at £50 a day. Somebody else might be happy at £5,000 a day. But then it has to be in relation to the account as well. If you've got a small account, you aren't doing £1,000 a day or £5,000, as I've just said. It's just not happening. It might happen once in a blue moon, and that's the worst thing that can happen, because then you're chasing that all the time. What you need is to be steady Eddie and calm, and self-management is the key. So if you ever see me trade, your emotions are probably dialed up to 9 on a Richter scale of 10. Mine are down to about 2. I have zero emotion and zero kind of connection to the screens. It's just my job. You know, I go in, the money's a tool, and the profits is the byproduct of that tool. It's that simple. But that's because I'm sanitized to it over a long period of time. I don't get excited by it. Don't get sad or angry. It's either good or bad. Do my homework. And it's all about due diligence, you know. And self-management is the key. So you need routines. I know what my routine is. It's boring. I do the same thing every single day. I go to chart. I do the same thing every time on the chart. And I'll either have a positive or a negative expectation. But because I've got it off pat, my expectation is higher than average. But then I've done this a long time. And that's all about self-management. So in answer to your question about building it up into full time, how can it be done? Well, check this seminar out. They'll certainly be able to help you with mindset elements. The prop side of it can definitely help you harvest profits to become a live account. But I guess where I'm going at with this is, it's all well and good having your system. It's all well and good running live small accounts, but it takes money to make money if you want a living out of it. And you need a decent size behind you. Now, the prop can give you that through funds. And there are little hacks you can use. And the best hack that I've ever used with prop is you treat the drawdown as the account and the account size as your buying power. And what you find is you start flipping your drawdown accounts over and over. So your buying power naturally goes up and you stay in the game a long time. But if you size to the account, you'll blow it, because you're not putting any trade management into it. Your risk management's already out of the window before you start, and your money management's out the window before you start, because you're trading on over leverage. And then you put all those pieces together, operate with products that you understand inside out, self-management, and you'll be fine. Treat it as a job, and it pays as a job. So there you go. That's kind of my 2 penneth on that. And you never know, might see you on the other side in the event. So as always, guys, trade well, keep your risk managed, but above all, do what you love, and the money will follow. See you all in the next one.